Oh, anytime we get to watch some RFCL, I'm ready. We can go talk to UConn. Hurry up and get Brent's opinion. We can go talk to UConn. Hurry up and
So,
get
guys,
Brent's opinion.
No, not to take them lightly. We played these guys in a little summer scrim. Fun to play against. I love Barack. One of my only great moves that I did as commissioner of this league was give Barack Chalk his own team. We've got his wide receiver on this team. Kyle Morris is a dog. Funny that he's going up against these guys. But, the last time I played a game against Barack, his defense had 4 picks, and they almost came back in the game. So I expect nothing but the best from him.
Yeah, so Coach Big Daddy, so this is a new team. They've only shown one game of actual film. So how much are you relying on your preparation versus your ability to adapt in this game?
It's going to be a bit of both. They have a hell of an offensive coordinator, and it's not an offense I can just wait till halftime to make adjustments for because we'll find ourselves in quite the hole. I've been emphasizing eye discipline, and I think my defense is up to the task.
All right.
I mean, the biggest thing was we moved the ball. We were third in the league in terms of yardage last week at 297. You can't be unhappy with that. The only thing you could be unhappy with is how we executed at the ends of the drives. And doing that, we're just going to make it easier for them to get the ball to good guys. I mean, we got guys all over the field that can make big plays for us, and we got a guy that's capable, more than capable, of getting it to him and making big plays himself. So we're just going to make it easier.
Dark Stream can't hear you.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. They heard the other interviews though, but they did not hear me, which does not matter at this point, I must say. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your parts letting me know. We wish you guys the best of luck in this game, and we will talk to you at halftime.
Appreciate you guys.
All right.
There they are.
Yeah, we're here now. Sorry, I had myself on mute, but you could hear the answers to those questions, which, like I was saying before, which you probably didn't hear, doesn't matter too much what I have to say yet. So, getting back to where we are though, with the Delta Dogs now of Space Force, Coach Barack, a real big a win last week, 24-7 over Northwestern State. What's been the main point of emphasis this week for you guys to get your team focused again?
We just got to win possessions. That's kind of how it ends up going. Well, with defense, we have to make sure that we can stop this very high-powered offense, and then having a lot of trust in TD to get us some momentum here, get us some points.
Coaching a team?
Yeah, just another one for Barack. Very impressive win last week. You do look great today, and I love you. But next is George Weasley. He's known to be prone to some red zone turnovers. I know you work with the defense here at Space Force Academy. How are you going to try to capitalize and continue this George Weasley streak of red zone interceptions?
Just kind of go back to what I end up doing on defense. It's going to work. I have faith that it's going to work, and just keep doing it. I know exactly what to do in order to stop the pass sometimes, and especially in the red zone. If they're going to have issues, then we're going to get some takeaways today.
All right. I appreciate it. That's all I got.
Love to hear it. And is Coach TD on the mic is my question, or no?
Yes, sir.
I was going to say, Whopper last week had 89 total yards and a touchdown on 20 touches. Are you guys going to be riding his coattails like last week? You didn't put up the most impressive yardage, and it was somewhat surprising, to be honest with you, after coming through highly touted off of your individual success in all the tournaments. So what have you been doing to tinker and get that translating to success this week?
Yeah, we gotta get Whopper going. He's a good running back, and I think we got some good run plays. Get him involved in offense, and yeah, we're just gonna be aggressive and go attack.
Love to hear it. Well, we look forward to see it, and we look forward to hearing from you guys at halftime. Wish you best of luck.
All right, thank you, gents.
All right, Coach Nicotine, any last final thoughts before we get this one going?
Yeah, you just wonder how much. Oh, I'm hearing myself. I'm just gonna pass. But I do believe it's fixed now. But you just wonder how much the impressive win of the Delta Dogs last week will help or hurt them. Same for UCONN. Week 1 was a test. Is that going to help them in the long run, or is that just kind of wore them out for this game here?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup here. And looking at the really nice end zones there, taking the ball out there, Kyle Morse getting a nice little return. Showing Eddie Murphy, he had a number of touches on the ground last week. They're not showing it there, but he had 10 rushes for 74 yards on the ground. We'll see if they try and go back to him a lot. And just to go over kind of what UConn did last week, they ran the ball 39 times, but only for 159 yards and passed the ball 18 times. So we'll see if they continue with that tonight.
Monarch, you have to stream the correct window.
Oh, my bad.
All right. UConn already coming out pass heavy with 3 wide receivers. 3 wideouts to the left, boink doink to the right. George takes the snap, takes it himself. Quarterback keeper out the right side, makes a few man miss. Up to the 50 is George Weasley on a 20-yard scamper.
Yeah, really nice start there from George Weasley on that, like you mentioned, scamper there to get out and get 20 yards, putting themselves in good position here already early in the first quarter.
Yeah, and UConn's definitely one that likes to score on the first drive more than anyone. They're known for going nearly perfect on the first drive, ending with the George Weasley touchdown, hopefully getting him hot early. As he takes a step back, takes the pass, unloads a few yards too high for number 7. Pass goes incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Weasley last week, like I mentioned, wasn't too impressive. Some question why he really came back, to be honest with you. He was a top 2 pick in the draft, but maybe that NIL was too good to pass up.
Yeah, teams are making quite a bit of money now in college. No reason to go to the pros and potentially sit for a few years when you could be a Heisman candidate. As George Weasley rips another one to the corner, Jake Spruce with the connection, 20 yards and out of bounds. UConn in the hurry up as they cross the 50-yard line onto the 30.
Yeah, and this hurry-up offense is really where they had success in the past. Let's see if they continue to have success with it right now.
Flipping the play, strong right. George Weasley hands it off.
Oh!
A 9-yard gain after making a few miss for Johnny Wright. 8 yards. Hurry up for UConn.
Yeah, a really nice play there getting outside from Johnny Wright. Looked like he had some space there for a second.
UConn diving in the playbook here, trying to get the right look. as just a few minutes have gone by in the first quarter here. George checks his wristband, checks with the sideline. He hands it off again around the left side, makes one man miss, tackled by a gang of Space Force cadets. Jake Spruce is already 10 yards of carry on 3 carries.
Yeah, he's just really doing whatever he wants. Johnny Wright is, and right now, the Huskies are just moving the ball down the field here at ease in the first quarter.
Yeah, you wonder if they just stick with this run game as they're in shotgun heavy here. Fake the jet sweep, give the jet sweep. Number 6 taking down for a gain of 3, Law Ramsey. I believe they're getting him involved early as he did miss 2 to 3 quarters of their game last week due to unpreparedness of the personnel.
Yeah, it seemed like they didn't know that he was in the team after transferring last week, but got that figured out and getting him the ball now in positions to try and score. So happy for Law, and let's see what they can do here on the 6-yard line.
I form tight, a heavy run look.
Ooh.
Give is to the left side. Johnny Wright -2, his first tackle for loss.
The realest athlete there making the play in the backfield.
Yeah, the realist athlete. He's really been known his entire life for just being an all-around athlete. Any sport, I believe he was a championship high school swimmer. I believe he was also on the Palm squad here. He is making plays for the Space Force Academy.
Yeah, he really is doing whatever he wants. Anything he wants to do as an athlete, he can do.
George Weasley in a triple option formation. He fakes the handoff, lets it rip over the middle, is connected with Law Ramsey, just a few inches short.
Yeah, huge stop there. Sorry to interrupt you. Huge stop there. Law thought he could reach out there and get the end zone, but could not. And big call now here, Coach Nicotine.
Yeah, you have to go for it here. I believe I'm actually quoting Brent on this, but good teams get 6 here. Bad teams settle for 3. Let's see which one they are. As they quarterback sneak it, he is sniffing between the shoulder pads and gets the touchdown. Don't know if he ever even touched the ground there. Untouched, clean, white jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. Great play call to get that touchdown. We've seen a couple times now in the past with inability to secure the ball on that handoff there. And so wondered if they were going to not stick with the QB sneak, but they did, and they got in the end zone there. And scoring on the first drive of the game, putting behind them their struggles last week early here.
Yeah, and just like I said, this is UConn bread and butter here. Doesn't mean they'll keep this lead very long, but UConn's known for getting that ball first and scoring. As Space Force Johannes Kepler is tackled, I believe, at the 30-yard line. Not a bad return there.
Not a bad return at all. And, the first time here getting to see Nicholas Copernicus at quarterback. And, this whole entire team is just full of incredible figures. And, he's another one to be on the lookout for.
Yeah, as you say, Space Force has some personality on this team, as we'll hear as we call through the names. As a screen on the first play, out to the right, I believe that's Whopper, a player I'm actually very familiar with. Did want him on my team, however, with our background, wasn't able to. He goes to Space Force, future All-American for sure.
Yeah, future All-American, and the clock does not stop on the future recruiting as well. Never know what's going to happen in this league. Hope to get another shot at him. And like we said earlier in the pregame, they got him a lot of touches last week, and first play on offense for them, they got him a touch. So let's see if that continues.
Yeah, trying to warm up Nicholas Copernicus early as he hands back off to Whopper. Out to the left on the counter, gain of 6. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Difficult decision here for the Space Force offense.
Yeah, difficult decision, but nice move to get outside by Whopper. Had some space there, but credit to this UConn Huskies defense. They really, hunted as a pack there and got control of him before the first down yardage was gained.
Delta Dogs digging through the offense here. Coach TD, Touchdown TV, his very first season here, his second game. Difficult decision here as he lines up in a split back formation, triple option potentially coming as he steps back, releases, connects.
Galileo Galilei got the reception, but could not get the yardage there. 4th and 1.
Yeah, and you run the risk right here. I don't even know if George fully sat down yet and got a drink. He might still be burning hot after that last drive that ended in a touchdown.
Yeah, I think he is feeling pretty good about himself, right? And getting the ball back with some good field position at the 37-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, and just back to a point you said earlier, this team it's teaming with personality, but one thing it's especially teaming with is potential, not yet realized at the moment. But their entire team is young and with high ceilings potentially to achieve.
Yeah, absolutely.
George Weasley is going to hand off here for a first down. Johnny Wright
Wright
getting quite a bit of touches here in this game. Last week, I do believe they had a different running back in with most of the carries.
Yeah, they did. And 40 yards early here from Johnny Wright. And go and hurry up again, Coach Nicotine.
Yeah, they really want to keep them on their toes as they have George go out to the right on a QB sweep for -2. This hurry up scheme really just wants to keep the Delta Dogs guessing, especially when you have all the plays running through touchdown TV, as I believe he needs to get the call in. But Barack is the defensive coordinator, so you might actually, head coach coaching defense. So you might actually get some confusion there, maybe what UConn's looking for.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a very interesting dynamic indeed. And, look at their scrambling here if you see them moving in the backfield.
George Weasley's going to connect with number 17 out to the left. It's going to try to get back up. Kyle Morris. Shout out Kyle Morris. Was talked about in the interviews. Also, a weirdly similar name to the Space Force head coach.
Yeah, absolutely. There could be some resemblance. We don't know, but here we go. 3rd and 1.
George Weasley standing on the American Sea. Looks to potentially pass with 3 wide receivers to his left. Changes the play.
Play action.
Connects with Eddie Murphy, a huge star for the UConn offense, both this season and last. Potentially look for him to get quite a few more targets.
Yeah, absolutely. And a really big gain there from Eddie Murphy, able to get that 5 yards. It looked like he wasn't going to get the pass off there on that play action, but did, and credit to him.
The fake jet sweep motion, triple option is given. Number 1 running up the field, I believe
Eddie
that's
Murphy?
Romello Donna. Oh.
Is it Murphy?
Eddie Murphy?
I believe it's Murphy.
Eddie Murphy gets them down inside the red zone here.
Yeah, because I believe actually one thing we were going to talk about, and I was going to keep in my back pocket for later in the game, but we can do it now because it's perfect segue. Romello Donna, boys and girls, and I need to look at my chart here for a few moments after this touchdown. Romello Donna and a few other players, big name players on UConn, have red
wide receiver backfield here. Wide receiver backfield. 2 wide receivers. Is to Eddie Murphy for 0.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy hitting the backfield there, but I was going to say, sorry for taking so long. They redshirted a bunch of players, including Romello Donna and I forget who else, but there's a few other players that they redshirted that were high-name individuals the last few years.
BT?
I'm not sure.
They don't have BT out there, as they have Eddie Murphy in the backfield again in the split. Triple option motion here. Pulls it. Play action pass completes over the middle to Kyle Morris. Another 6-yard reception. Cuts the goal to go in half.
Yeah, nice catch there from Kyle Morris while getting hit. But credit to the Delta Dogs defense, not giving up any big plays really so far. And kind of bend but don't break scenario right now. Need to get this stopped, though, to hold to a field goal.
Yeah, that's how you have to play against these UConn Huskies, because they will turn it over in this red zone if given the opportunity. We did talk about that in the interview. As a pass is thrown here, connects again, 4th and 1 on a 3-yard gain to Jake Spruce. Another difficult decision. Look for this QB sneak maybe again.
Yeah, it is a difficult decision too, just because this isn't 4th and goal. This is 4th and 1 here. So, you're in an interesting spot. I would say that if you believe in your defense, why not go for it? You know, if you believe that your defense can stop the Delta Dogs on offense, which they've done so far in that first drive, but they're kicking the field goal.
Yeah, an interesting call. Hope it doesn't come back to potentially be a 4-point game here. UConn usually goes for those, but feeling pretty confident with this 10-point lead.
Yeah, they must be feeling good about their team tonight to not go for that, especially with Weasley 6 for 7 so far. Like you said, interesting. We'll see if it comes back to bite them. Right now, the Delta Dogs just need to concentrate on getting first downs. Get some first downs. Get the ball rolling. Right. If you're TD, don't be afraid to use the shotgun type formation or the things you feel comfortable with. Just don't spam it.
Shotgun heavy here with the jet sweep.
Ooh.
Is the give -1 Galileo Galilei, and probably lucky to even come up with -1 there.
Yeah, Galilee was not finding those stars out there. He was not able to find what he needed to find like he has in the past. And
yeah, the earth may be round, but he is flat on his back on that one.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, a lot of personality on this Delta Dogs team. Going through the roster was a good time. My wife enjoyed it.
Whopper in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to the left. As the play is changed, touchdown TV didn't like what he saw. Here we go, shotgun offset. Give is to Whopper. Gain of 6. Potentially, TD needs to lean on Whopper for the moment until Nicholas Copernicus can kind of string together some completions and get some heat.
Yeah, Copernicus has not gotten it going tonight so far. And, as we mentioned, like we said in the pregame, Whopper needs to get those touches, right? You need to get your touches on those Whoppers.
Oh, yeah. Get them while they're hot, get them while they're cheap, because right now you're potentially running out of running opportunities. As the pass is completed short of the first down, Galileo Galilei will get production, however, not coming up with a new set of downs.
Yeah, he is not able to get the yardage that he needs on his plays. He's gotten the ball on his hands and in space in situations, but hasn't made the plays needed, and they're going to punt away now.
Yeah, you really wonder whose call it was to punt here. TD, I know, is a confident person in his offense, and this could potentially be putting their team in a horrible hole with a warm Weasley.
Yeah, absolutely. He is heating up for sure. And he could hit one from downtown any moment, in my opinion. I think if you're UConn, there's no reason not to take a shot here. There is zero reason not to test the Delta Dogs secondary. For the Delta Dogs, you just need to get a stop. You need to get a stop here and get the ball back, hopefully get some points before halftime. But yeah, this could be bad.
George Weasley in the shotgun spread formation here as time expires, and they're going to take the five-yard penalty of being a little too slow.
Yeah, being a little too slow would be kind in that they should not let that happen. In my opinion, that should not be happening. But nonetheless, didn't waste a timeout there, which I agree with. I don't think you should waste timeouts just to save yourself 5 yards in this league.
Back to the shotgun spread formation as George Weasley calls out some hot routes. George back to pass, lets it rip, connects over the left side on a corner to Kyle Morris, 21-yard reception, and out of bounds. I believe he got an NFL catch there.
Man, Morris, oddly enough, is like the fourth rated wide receiver for the Huskies. But when you look at their roster, but with them redshirting Donna, and also you mentioned it, but I forget who else.
BT Braden. Tharp.
Yeah.
He was on Montana. I believe he transferred to UConn. Who knows? As George Weasley steps back to pass, blitz is coming,
Another
gets
one.
it away in time. 17, number 17 for 11 yards. Kyle Morse. You almost wonder if this is a statement to specifically get him the ball as he leads the UConn Huskies in receptions and yards, I believe.
He just sits, Kyle Morse routinely sits in that slot for them, and they just gets open. He just can beat his guy. There he is, right there in the slot.
As Weasley steps back to pass a screenplay to the right, caught by Jake Spruce, I believe. Out to the right, makes a man miss for a Johnny Wright 17-yard reception.
Man, you want to get some bunches of yards, get the ball in Johnny Wright's hands, yeah?
Yeah, and as UConn has Space Force on their heels, stuck in stack, they're going to hurry it up, back to shotgun spread. George Weasley fakes the jet sweep motion and takes off -3 on the play. You wonder if he just didn't like his look or if that was designed. Either way, Space Force was ready.
Yeah, they were ready, and their athletes there, they got a number of players in their linebacking core that can get out in space and get you, and that's what happened there. Weasley looked like he had an angle and had a lane there for a moment, but closed down quickly for a loss of 3. Those slow developing plays, tough to come by.
George Weasley calls out some hot routes as Space Force scrambles to get in the right look, pressing all wide receivers. George Weasley is going to not let it rip. Sacked for -7. Timeout by Space Force. Space Force finally gets a defensive stand, potentially getting the ball back before half.
Yeah, Weasley and co were moving the ball downfield, and now pushing them back out of field goal range and hopefully getting the ball back if they can get a stop here.
Yeah, and if you're Space Force here, you can't go too soft on the pressure. You just got a sack by sending 4. Sending 3 here might be just letting Weasley cook, and you have to expect some verticals and some corners out on this plays. George Weasley steps back to pass.
All day still.
Avoids the hit, lets it rip to a nuh-uh. As in, nuh-uh, I will not catch that. You're going to have to punt.
Yeah, does not have hands at all. And, unfortunate that he couldn't corral that ball. But like we mentioned, able to potentially hold him to 3 here, if that 53-yard field goal.
Yeah, one of the longer field goals kicked in the league.
It's not good. It is no good. Oh,
I believe hitting the center crossbar. Just wide?
Oh, just wide.
All right, just wide left.
Oh my goodness. What a turn of events there.
Yeah, now giving Space Force the ball right at, I believe, the 45 on their side. Potentially getting some points here at half and making this an entirely different game.
Yeah, they need to get some points here. They have 2 timeouts, 1 minute and 47 seconds. They spotted the ball at the 37-yard line. Interesting, but still, great field position to start for them.
Yes, Copernicus back to pass, corner to the right side. Edwin Hubble
hits Hubble, and we get special things, boys and girls. You combine Copernicus with Hubble.
Yeah, it's a sight to see.
Yeah,
might as well take some pictures.
It is.
We got Nicholas Copernicus with 3 wide receivers to the short side. Motion back to a split backfield. Faked to Whopper. Play action, and then he takes it. Is not big enough to get through number 54, but a 3-yard gain nonetheless. Space Force in the hurry up.
Yeah, get down to the 45-yard line. Copernicus didn't like what he saw downfield and decided to make his mind up himself on what was going on and got 3 yards.
Nicholas Copernicus steps back to pass. Lets it rip. Oh, missed Whopper by just a few yards. His first incompletion of the game.
Yeah, get Whopper, a couple more of them, and he'll reward you for sure. But not able to get his hands on it this time.
Yeah, Space Force kind of kind of in a bad spot here. If you don't convert this, you could be giving UConn the ball right back. Converting here could potentially put points on the board for you. Nicholas Copernicus calling out some hot routes. Coach
This will be
TD
interesting with four-time territory too.
Copernicus completes the ball to Edwin Hubble again. That is not a replay. That is a brand new play, although it looked the exact same.
Yeah, that was another nice connection there between Copernicus and Hubble. And, we mentioned it. They're now moving the ball. Minute and 12 seconds, left here in the first half, with still 2 timeouts for Space Force. Ball at the 31-yard line, and Copernicus starting to get going.
Yeah, you wonder if they try to get Hubble back out in space. As Copernicus passes to nobody, the feet of number 86 for his second incompletion. 2nd and 10, plenty of time. Space Force looks for their next play.
Yeah, and in the chat, we had a nice check-in from Batman MacArthur and Chalupa out there, CBM, redshirting this season. So he just said he was watching the Bachelor instead of watching the game. Don't know if the coaches are paying attention to that.
As a pass is completed, Nicholas Copernicus delivers to Galileo Galilei and hurries it up as time is going to start ticking pretty soon. 1:04 left in the half.
And going
Nicholas Copernicus choosing a new play. Touchdown TV yelling some hot routes out from the sideline, getting his men aligned as the pass is set and completed.
Is that Neil deGrasse Tyson? Oh, that's Ptolemy. Oh, man.
Ptolemy does complete the pass out of bounds, stopping the clock inside the 10.
And if you don't know Ptolemy, boys and girls, he was the originator of all of it. He was the originator, the son of Cleopatra, the center of the universe.
First play in the Goal to Go series is a handoff to Whopper Whopper for -2. As Space Force hurries up, potentially not wanting to use too many of their timeouts too early, but in a Goal to Go series, you have as much time as is left. I mean, 30 seconds is plenty.
Yeah, 30 seconds is plenty, but they don't give you time to UConn potentially here.
Copernicus fakes the handoff, does complete over the middle. Jalen Benoit, as time continues to tick, they choose to use the timeout finally, stopping the clock at 22 seconds. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, interesting situation here. Not sure if they're worried now that they, like I said, I don't know why they just didn't let the clock run a little bit more there. But at any rate, here we go, boys and girls.
3rd and goal, I formation, extra heavy to the right side as it is a play action pass. Nicholas Copernicus completes. Oh, it is dropped. Oh, I would love to see that replay as I believe number 11 gets a few fingers to block that pass down as Space Force looks to get on the board with 3 before half. As it is good. 10-3 UConn with 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice momentum building drive there for Space Force. Getting some real nice connections to multiple players. And Kyle Moore's taking the ball also on the returns too. He's just getting touches all over the field.
You wonder how aggressive UConn chooses to go here with 12 seconds left. They have a warm QB as far as I know, and halftime would not take too much off of that heat. Yeah, look at that right there. Red Volcano Hot George. Personally, I'm going into half with that under my belt. As he takes -3, the clock continues to tick. No timeouts taken yet.
Yeah, and Genghis Khan getting in the backfield there. Already has 2 tackles for loss and a sack today. And, just taking as much territory as he can as he's known to.
And that is the half, boys and girls. 10-3 UConn as we head into interviews here. Really anybody's game.
And it really is anybody's game right now. Want to go to UConn first?
Sure.
All right, 1 second here.
decides to run some cover 6, I'm open to feedback. I got an idea on what to do, but I'd love
After
to hear
this.
All right,
after this.
and UConn Huskies and Coach Pars, a really interesting first half that you guys got out to a tremendous start, 10-0 lead. Gave up a little drive there at the end, but able to hold them to 3 points. What are you telling your team going in the second half?
Look, good stuff. We messed up calling a throw on 3rd and 20, so just ran for an easier field goal. But you know what? I think we got cheat out of that anyways. The replay looked good. But good stuff all around. Way to hold them to 3. This is an offense that everyone thinks is going to be humming with TD, so it's just way to hold them to 3. They get ball. Let's see what we can do. Get ball back and score again.
Love to hear it. Coach Nicotine?
Yeah, I have one for each of the coordinators here. So, Coach Daddy, first of all, good job on holding the highly touted Delta Dogs offense to just 3 points. However, in between that 3 points, they were completing a lot of passes, just kind of fizzling out near field goal range. How are you going to continue that success here in the second half?
Yeah, we're just going to adjust the coverage and adjust some of the pressures. Nothing to really do. Our guys just are getting burned on easy assignments that they're beaten last week. So really just got to make adjustments, get our heads back in the game, and take care of business. We got a lot of work to do.
All right, and Coach Beaver, so we had a 4th and goal from the 1. A QB sneak barely gets it in for 7, the only touchdown of the game. However, we come back to another 4th and goal from the 1 with a different outcome, different decision. First part, who is louder in that decision to kick the field goal between maybe you and the other coaches? And the second part, do you think that decision is going to come back to bite your team in the second half?
So first, part that's kind of a 2-part answer to that question. First part of the answer is me and Pars kind of left it up to the whole staff in general. Shout out to EA Monster. He was the guy that came down to who was the voice of reason. He was like, let's just take the points here. I agreed with them because, look, in any scenario, you get points. Let's take the easiest scenario to get points. We have a limit in this league to how many times we could go on it for it on 4th down. So we got to be careful with it. And situations like that arise to where, hey, should we go for it now? Or if there's going to be a situation in it later when we need it. So it would have been nice to have the opportunity just to go for it and get the easy points there. But then we wouldn't have had the opportunity to use it later in the game. So you have to kind of protect the later part of the game too. Yeah, build points for that part of the game, but also we got to be conscientious and realize if we're going to be in a situation where we need that 4th down later in the game and we don't have it, we've just dug ourselves in a hole.
Right.
Yeah, that's very insightful, as we didn't even think of that angle on the broadcast. Take the 3 while you can and potentially play for later. I can really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hope that logic pays dividends for you boys in the future. We look forward to talking to you later. We wish you the best of luck in the second half.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, Coach
Thank
Monster.
you guys.
Later goes. All right, and we are here with the Delta Dogs of Space Force, and Coach Barack. The beginning of the game was a tough start for you guys, offensive and defensively. Able to get some things going though, both offensive and defensively to end the first half. What are you telling your group to try and get them focused here to finish the game?
So right now, I feel like we're doing well. I mean, first couple drives, as you said, they were a little bit rough, but we've ranged in. So we're within striking distance. We've held them to a 1-score game, and all we have to do is continue what we're doing, and we can end up winning this game. Make some adjustments here and there, but I think we're playing some good ball.
Coaching a team?
Yeah, so Coach Touchdown TV, your offense is definitely connected in between the red zones, in between the end zones quite often, but just unable to get all the way in there. But some might also say you've played a little conservative to what we know you to be able to do. How are you changing this second half to maybe put some more points on that board and send the Huskies home packing?
Well, we're gonna continue to let our quarterback sling it, and I think we're gonna throw it around a lot in the second half here.
All right, one more for Coach Barack. As again, I know you coach the defense quite often. Right before that half, we did get a peek into George Weasley's heat, and it was hot. How is that going to change how you call the second half, or is it going to be about the same?
It's going to be about the same as like the second half of the first. So I think overall, like, probably called it a little bit too conservatively, played a little bit too one way or the other. Now I'm feeling a little bit more like I can kind of play a little bit in the gray area. So George Weasley had an opportunity to he threw it right into my defender's hands that last chance he had in the end zone. So I'm thinking he's going to be making some more mistakes, and we're going to be able to capitalize here.
Yeah, and I do know that gray areas where Space Force wants to operate. I do appreciate the answers, guys, and good luck on this second half.
Good luck.
All right, thank you, gents.
All right, and Coach Nicotine, any final thoughts while we go back to the game here?
Yeah, UConn really hot. Almost pissed off that it's not more than a 10-3 game. I'd look for UConn to pull no punches here in the second half. Use all those fourth downs that they left in the first, and put this one out of the reach of Space Force. How about you?
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be, if they can contain Weasley in the second half, which is going to be a big ask, as far as him being red hot right now. The Delta Dogs have a chance, but they need to get something going quickly here. They need to get some points on this drive. If they don't, Weasley is going to be pounding them. Whopper.
Yeah, as Whopper gets the counter to the right side, makes a man miss, almost blows through another for a 14-yard gain. Great way to start the half for Space Force. Really, their preferred way to play is with a strong running back, get you pulled in, and then they are going to rip some passes across the middle.
Yeah, and they've gone to that little counter shotgun run there to Whopper now a couple times. It's gotten good gains there for him. So see if they go back to it.
Shotgun tight, Nicholas Copernicus completes to the right for another first down as he pushes a man for an extra 3. Galilei. Really, we're just repeating a few of the same names over and over for this Space Force team.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, looking at their stats so far, last week is the same as this week. Whopper and Galilei able to get the ball. And it looks like Galilei again. It is.
Yeah, you really wonder how much of that is the player's own doing, or Coach Touchdown TV really scheming up about the same looks often, getting the ball to the same position as regards to the name.
And getting them hot, too, right? Get these players hot and get them going. As we saw with Whopper able to break a couple tackles, I wouldn't be surprised if the ball doesn't get to those two players' hands a lot the rest of the way.
Yeah, you really want to ride the hot hand here in this type of league. Is Nicholas Copernicus read option, keeps it for a gain of 12. 3 first down gaining plays in a row for Space Force. Second down does not exist to them.
Yeah, they are moving the ball often, and they are going together, so they're going far. And right now, they know what they're doing on offense, and this is looking good for us. This is looking good for us as far as the mutual, the not say the casuals, right? But the those of us out there who have nothing to go to just to watch the game, we're loving this right now.
Yeah, the audience really wins here as the fake is to Whopper, riding the hot hand. Nicholas Copernicus, 6-yard gain for the pocket passer. Not known for using his legs, doesn't mean they don't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they don't exist, and really a smart way to get your quarterback warm, and then let him cook in the air. Get the ball to Galileo, and he'll make it magnifico.
Yeah, I believe their current leading rusher right now is Copernicus after that run as he fakes to Whopper, completes to Galileo. I'm just kidding. Johannes Kepler for his second reception of the game.
Yeah, finds another tremendous figure as far as astronomical physicists and so on and so forth go. Johannes Kepler able to get the ball there for another first down, and they're already inside the red zone now.
Yeah, quickly getting there as they are on the 14.5 yard line here. Nicholas Copernicus, another pass, rips it, completes somehow, picked up off the turf. Jalen Benoit,
What?
no easy catches coming his way for his second catch, another one off the dirt. Copernicus might want to go thank his stars for that catch there.
And this is where I definitely need to get the instant replay set up. That was an instant replay worthy play. I have no idea how he caught that, but first and goal.
Yeah, replay worthy, but for UConn, need to quickly get it out of their head as Space Force in the I formation gives it to Whopper. Clean over the edge. A gain of 1 definitely looked like more as Space Force sniffs the end zone. Houston, we have a problem for the UConn Huskies.
Yeah, there is a problem, but they have an opportunity here though to get a stop now, and be pretty much where they want to be, right? So.
Insanely heavy run formation here for Space Force, matched by UConn's 5-2. As one man is run over, Brett Weischer makes one man pay, but not cashing in himself. Third and goal from, the inch line.
Yeah, he was not able to somehow penetrate the line there. He was pumping his legs, and this is a huge play call now.
Yeah, as Space Force in the I formation, look at that man go. Nicholas Copernicus, his first run of 0 yards, however, his first run in the end zone. 10-10, a tied game here with 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, what a drive from the Delta Dogs of Space Force there to just really answer. And when you think about it, they've gone 10 points unanswered the same way that UConn did. So 0-0 game here, boys and girls.
Yeah, Huskies might be in trouble here as known for quick starts, but also we'll give you a few opportunities to catch back up here as we look at a tied game.
Yeah, they Weasley, like we mentioned, though, still should be pretty hot, and we'll see if they continue to ride him here.
Trips to the left side, jet motion, triple option here. The pitch is given. Eddie Murphy with a 9-yard gain, looking to run one over and not successful.
Yeah, that's like the I think it's the second or I think it's the third time now they've gone to that motion option play. And each time he's been able to get the ball out and gotten some solid yards through Eddie Murphy.
Same formation for George Weasley and the UConn Huskies. 2nd and 1 here. Fakes the hand, gives the handoff.
Ooh.
Johnny Wright, lucky to lose only 1. 3rd and 2. Definitely a balanced decision here for UConn, whether they pass or throw. What do you think?
Yeah, this is an interesting situation. Like you mentioned, they can really do both from here. But as we saw, the linebackers from Space Force have some speed, so they can close, see what happens.
Here's a triple option formation as he gives it to Eddie Murphy. -3. I do believe if we had a momentum bar, it would swing the other way as First tackle for a loss. Second time we've ever said his name.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable play from He was the one who dropped the pick there in the end zone that Coach Brock mentioned. Kepler able to get up to the 42 or 41 yard line and gives really good field position for the Delta Dogs here, looking to take the lead here late in the third quarter. Excuse me.
Yeah, and one thing we saw last week with Space Force and Coach Touchdown TV is when he starts to pour it on, it can go very quickly. You saw George Weasley get hot and still leave points out on the field. Nicholas Copernicus and Space Force will not do that. If they can get hot, they will keep scoring. Whopper up the middle, gain of 5.
Yeah, Whopper there, getting into the act. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they slow it down and get the ball in his hands a lot the rest of the way.
Yeah, Whopper. Fun fact: his real name includes two extra of the former. His real name Whopper. Just would not fit on his jersey. Cost too much for the startup program. So here we are with only two Whoppers. Fakes the handoff to the man, gives it Galileo Galilei, Johann Kepler again. They like number 17 and 18 or something.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
And they love to confuse you here with their astronomers at Space Force. But a great pickup again from them. First down now at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, these names have me confused like I'm back in 6th grade science. I just don't know what is going on. As the catch is made again by Johann Kepler.
Yeah.
14-yard gain.
I was going to say that's Galileo, but it was not. Kepler again, though. And Copernicus has to be hot now. I mean, if we could get a heat check, that'd be wonderful.
I mean, he's genuinely had 2 incompletions the entire game, both very close. He's probably been warm for a minute. 3 incompletions as they fake the jet motion and give to Whopper. Wide open hole as he parts the blue sea there for 10 yards.
Yeah, 10 yards, first down carry from Whopper, and just continuing to take control of this game. Space Force, as Coach Barack said, they got in range and they're firing now. They know what they're trying to hit.
Yeah, as they line up in a run-heavy formation, Whopper gets the carry for 0 yards, maybe a few inches on that play. Man has to fight for every yard he gets, but their run game, really solid. I believe up to about 80 yards rushing between the quarterback and running back here.
Yeah, it has Luigi Reeds got the tackle there on defense for UConn, and UConn's defense trying to make a stop here, holding the 3. They're in good position to do so.
As time ticks down, they do not have to run a play. Let's see if they do. They do not. As we head into the 4th with a tied game between one of your lowest and highest rated teams this season in the RFCL. I believe we should make an announcement. Anyone's listening. Someone with more privileges than me in the Discord should announce we have a tied 4th quarter.
Oh, let me. Well, I can't because I need to show you the.
We can let this play run if you.
No, it's good. I'll do it on my phone. Keep going.
As Copernicus fakes the handoff, passes another completion. Galileo Galilei, number 15, he is back in the game as Space Force slows down the offense through the settings there. Going to take a bit more time between plays as they feel confident. They haven't made any horrible passes, as you can remember, an incompletion going off the feet of Galileo Galilei before, right over the hands of Whopper, and a third mysterious incompletion. He's really been hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, he really has been hitting on all cylinders, finding exactly what he's looking for. Again,
and another completion. Galileo Galilei with, I mean, he might have 4 or 5 10-yard completion or receptions at this point. He is an animal, which one animal on their team we have not heard much of. I saw him in on that play. Neil deGrasse Tyson, their, I believe, 4th-string wide receiver, looking to get some action maybe here in the red zone.
Yeah, like I was mentioning before, they have a number of players there at the wide receiver position. You can go on the list and, making plays.
Pass is complete again. Johann Kepler, 2-yard reception, cutting the goal to go in half. I mean, we're looking at potentially just 3 runs right here. No reason to pass it, although your quarterback is hot. No reason to risk it.
Yeah, and use up as much clock as you can too if you're the Delta Dogs.
Yeah, they do have it automatically set to that as Whopper sniffs the end zone, but cannot get across the white bar there in between him and pay dirt.
Yeah, he could not penetrate the goal line. He could not do it at all. And like we mentioned, the clock is ticking down, ticking away.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a QB sneak here as a fullback dive occurs. tough decision here for Space Force. Your defense has stepped up here in the second half, but you really have to wonder for just how long will George Weasley be kept down as they settle for 3.
Yeah, they are settling for 3, and an interesting call here. We mentioned it to UCONN, but we may have to mention it at the end of the game to Space Force. We'll see what happens.
Yes, both teams taking a 4th and goal settlement for 3, pleading out and not getting that 6 or 7 that most teams would look for there, especially like a JSU that we so often watch.
Yeah, you just wonder what has gone in. What is the consensus on that? After seeing a couple fumbles from those exchanges there at the goal line, maybe it's got afraid.
As George Weasley is under center for the first time tonight, a jet motion fake handoff to a pass completed to Johnny Wright for -1. Whole lot of hoopla for -1.
Yeah, absolutely. And Space Force making plays out in space. These linebackers are for real for them. They are just doing whatever they want. I think that was actually on an island. I'm pretty sure coming in from the secondary.
Past that man was about 7 yards of green grass, if not more, before the next man would come for reinforcement. George Weasley headed back under center from the spread formation. Lots of wide receivers here in this formation. Swaps back. I don't believe that's legal, but he is back to his original play, so I don't know about that. George Weasley steps back to pass, lets it rip. Incomplete. Hit the water boy in the back of the head. Someone help him. He's not breathing.
Yeah, and if it was illegal, the ball doesn't lie, right? He just threw it away. So live to play another play, but yeah,
unless you're the water boy.
Yeah. Unless you're Bobby out there.
George Weasley, 3rd and 11, game on the line right here. Eddie Murphy pressed, maybe looking for a hot route up there. As it is incomplete. Looks like the hot route on Eddie Murphy might have kind of ran into his other receiver, giving it a 2-on-2 situation.
And a huge play call here. If you go for this and you don't get
you
it,
have to punt. You have to punt.
Yeah,
you have to punt. I don't
go
care
for
who
this and
you
don't
are.
get it, it's field goal territory basically already. And
I'm running it 4 times if I get this ball back.
Yeah, and they have to. They have 3 timeouts.
Yeah, you have to punt this. As UConn is not tuned into the stream, they're going to use their second 4th down attempt here as George lines up in the spread formation. Some hot routes being called out. Coach Brent screaming at his players. George Weasley completes. It is short, way short. Johnny Wright.
Wow.
This might be a Space Force win right here, only needing 2 first downs to actually end this game. Potentially 1 if you can go all the way to 4th down and use all the timeouts in the first series. UConn, horrible decision, Monarch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. We do have some executive information in the chat from Mr. Wad mentioning that that was illegal per the new rules. So interesting choice from the previous commish to to break those rules, but nonetheless did not get anything out of it.
You have to wonder though. I believe it was an accidental, yes, and then they went back to the original play as they did start in spread and went back to spread.
Yeah.
So maybe a asterisk put in the rule for accidents, especially when I believe they changed quick enough where Coach Brock didn't even get any audibles or hot route, didn't even adjust to the new wishbone.
Definitely think that it was probably an accident based on the way it looked, but nonetheless, went for it on that 4th down and could not get it, and now in really tough position here with the clock ticking down. Still haven't taken a timeout yet.
Yeah, what's really interesting about that call, especially, is Nicholas Copernicus is going to fall for 4, give it 3rd and 3, first down, wins the game. But An interesting call on that fourth down because Coach Big Daddy has only allowed a single touchdown. As for all the yards and completion Space Force has had, Big Daddy has held them down. And if he continued to hold them down, maybe even here to 3, he would really prove his point that they should have punted before, that he was strong enough to depend on your defense.
Yeah, that's right. And it's interesting. They haven't called timeout here, but if they get the stop, right, it doesn't matter. And if they give up a first down, they still have all 3 timeouts. So really smart play call.
Copernicus completes first down. The half of the steps have been taken to end this game here, as Space Force basically just needs to. I mean, another first down would end it.
Yeah, they need one
But
more
if they
first
go
down.
through extra downs and kick the 3, you're still looking at UConn ball down 6 with a minute left.
Yeah.
No timeouts.
At most a minute left. Still no
And they're
timeout.
still not using their timeouts.
Up the middle.
As a new man carries the ball, number 28, MF Doom, rest in peace, carries the ball. I love that name. I didn't know that was on the roster.
Yeah, there's so many. It's really good. But now finally taking their first time out for UConn, giving themselves opportunities by not taking it, and let's see if the Delta Dogs stay on the
Split
ground.
backfield. Nicholas Copernicus fakes the handoff, runs it first down, touchdown. That actually doesn't matter. That is game. That is over. You still have UConn potentially getting a touchdown and onside kick, but interesting call not to slide there, maybe at the 1 and just actually end the game.
Yeah, really interesting. But Copernicus in the second half, right? Copernicus in the second half is the story of the game, in my opinion.
And actually, we had both head coaches on the cams for that. Great job, Monarch, on the special effects. Is a safety? Nope. Hamaclar Doink almost got completely banished from Connecticut. Maybe the United States on that
Why was
play.
he back there?
Maybe even still without the safety, banished from UConn. That is insane.
What?
Back to my point, though. Coach Barack, with the fist pump lasting the entire run of Nicholas Copernicus and celebration. Coach Barack hasn't felt this exhilaration probably ever since Miami of Ohio's first win in season 2.
And the ball at the 1-inch line. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thankfully not a safety. However, might have even helped them for it to be a safety, as George Weasley throws several incompletions that are batted down. Oh, completion to Boink Doink. First down, Boink Doink. I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game, Boink Doink.
Oh my goodness.
I
That
apologize.
needs to be a replay so bad. Someone just paused.
Good golly gee whippers, as George Weasley's going to fake the handoff in I formation, fooling nobody.
Oh my
Phased
goodness.
through the back of the cornerback for some reason. Almost a completion again.
This is...
UConn might have some miracles still up their sleeves there, as back-to-back miracle completions almost completed.
That was wonderful.
I am...
How did he catch that?
What is going
I
on?
don't know.
George Weasley spread formation, steps back to pass, release is complete, not out of bounds. Man is afraid of the out of bounds line. Kyle Morris, 15-yard reception. Hurry up. Connecticut needs a touchdown immediately for an onside kick attempt. Spread formation.
Clock is ticking.
George steps back, settles in the pocket, releases
Oh!
deep, complete, number 11. That's got to be... I don't know who that is. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know who that is either, but it looks like it was the backup tight end potentially.
Shotgun spread as
Reed.
UConn is in Space Force territory. You wonder if they just go for 3 after this next play and kick the onside.
Is that eat bread?
Oof. Another completion to the
Elvis
mystery
Bread.
man, Elvis Bread. You really wonder if they just kick the field goal here and go for the Hail Mary. I'm not going to lie. As close as they are and as fast as they're moving, if you don't get a touchdown right here or the next play, it's game over.
Oh, there it is.
As they told me to shut up, 3 in a row, Elvis Bread.
Oh no.
3
Wow.
catches, 3 plays down the field, gets the game within 3. You really wonder if Connecticut's got anything left after that miracle drive.
Yeah, this is getting tight here, boys and girls. 2017, 22 seconds here.
2017, the last year I was happy as UConn lines up for the onside kick. Kicks it high, hoping to get a high bounce.
He got it. He got it. He got
Connecticut
it.
has the
He
ball.
got it. He got it. He
Connecticut
got
has
it.
the ball. 22 seconds, 2 timeouts. The rule of 2's here.
He
Needing
got it.
3 points. Kicker barely missing a 53-yard
He
field
got
goal
it.
at one point in the game, if y'all will remember. So we do know his range is right about 53 yards. Connecticut needs to get 30 yards to even be close.
That was an automatic kick, yeah. That wasn't him. That was not him controlling it. That was amazing. That was great.
A one-score game, UConn ball, you have potentially 2 plays with timeouts
oh
to
my
get
gosh, here we
30
go.
yards to potentially go to overtime. Here we go. Eddie Murphy pressed, fake the pass to Murphy, completes out to the right, first down. Clock is going to stop momentarily. Johnny Wright saving the day. You need another 10 yards for
They're
any
going for
type
the
of field
end
goal
zone.
to occur. You have 2 timeouts. You wonder if you maybe get a run play off here and get a little closer with a timeout. Can't take them home with you.
Get rid of it.
As he gets rid of the ball, goes to nobody, 10 seconds.
It was an onside kick, Bucky. Yes, it was onside.
10 seconds to go 10 yards. You really wonder. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably running the ball here with the super soft offense only wasting maybe 3 seconds. I'm sorry, super soft defense. Maybe wasting 3 seconds with a timeout. Otherwise, a single pass could use all of this clock. We've seen it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Back to
George
pass.
Weasley steps back to pass. Releases wide open through his hands. Butterfingers.
That was the same as the last time that you mentioned it, where the players basically met at the ball, and it may have caused it to do something weird. I don't know.
They really need to watch how often they send Eddie Murphy on that streak that connects with Morse's corner.
If either of them catch that, it's a touchdown potentially.
7 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Probably going to use neither of them as he is sacked.
Oh my
One
gosh.
timeout.
This is it.
There will be no field goal attempt here, boys and girls. As like I said, they should have just ran the ball. I'm telling you, just run the ball there. Call a timeout because now you're going to go home with a timeout.
Yeah, you're right on that. And 4th and 16 from the 50-yard line. Let's see what type of arm Weasley has with accuracy down the field.
Yeah, gun to their head. Play they choose a shotgun 5-wide tie as he releases and completes to nobody. Turnover, Space Force game.
Wow. What?
As we watch for Coach Barack's reaction right here on the replay cam.
I mean, what a game. What a game. I mean, who do you want to go to Space Force first or UConn first?
Let's go to Space Force. Catch him hot.
That sounds good. All right,
Holy.
and incredible ending there to the game. We have the Space Force Delta Dogs, Coach Barack and company. Coach Barack, take us through what you were feeling there on the last drive as they were. Really, take us through what you were feeling when they got the onside kick.
I was a little scared. So there's one thing that Space Force hasn't had a chance to prove yet, and that's being clutch. And we kind of scared us a little bit, but we came up in the end. But like that onside kick, man, that scared me a bit.
Yeah, and really, you guys took control in the second half. Copernicus just absolutely put on a clinic there in the second half. Coach TD, what are you taking from this game going forward for you guys?
Well, we found a lot of new plays that really worked for us. That play action play out of a tight formation worked really well, and I think we got a ton of good stuff from this game, and it'll give us a lot of momentum.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach Nicotine.
Yeah, so this one can just be fielded by anyone. So your team, I don't need to be the one to tell you that your team is not as talented as these other teams. Maybe in the naming department, um, quite advanced there, but your team is just not matching up to these more established teams very well. So how much would you say your team is playing above their skill level, and how much would you say your coaches are just calling the exact right things?
I mean, honestly, a lot of it is PD being able to call an outstanding offense. He's finding great plays. He's not just finding one or two. He's finding like 4 or 5 that we're able to constantly go back to, keep cycling through. We find ourselves in a like third and mid situation, third and long. He has a play for it. Doesn't matter what we got. He's got really good play calls, but overall, I mean, those having the good play calls is making us able to swing above our weight class as much as we've been able to.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And, I will say you guys are the first team this season at 2-0, and 2-0 in impressive fashion, I might say. So, really get out of Connecticut here with a nice victory. And we look forward to seeing what the Delta Dogs have in store for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Nick, sorry.
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing because Coach Barack, you've never been 2-0 before, so I just wanted to reiterate that and let you know, job well done taking one of the maybe lower class teams out, but also two-time UCONN national champion runner up. Congratulations.
Thank you, Nick. It's been a good start to the season, but we still got a long way to go. Every game, one game at a time.
Yeah, congratulations, you guys.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you guys.
Well. Talk to you soon.
Oh,
All right, and we're here with the UConn Huskies. Coach Pars, an incredible end to the game there. A tough result, but take us through what you guys were thinking and what your thought process was. Really, the second to last drive, the onside kick in the last drive. What were your thoughts on it?
Those final couple of plays, all we needed was 5 yards to put ourselves in field goal position and tie this game, bring it overtime. All we needed was 5 yards. We called 4 verts, which I was down with, and then I called slants on that third down, and George holds the ball for 5 minutes and takes a sack. That's just unacceptable. That was the entire game, both sides of the field, not the coaches. The tackling was horrible. It's just an unacceptable performance from us, and it is what it is. If you're going to fall early. All right, it's all about the bounce back now. I have a very new staff. So if we're going to fall early, and we're going to pick ourselves back up and go. Instead of me falling in the championship, let's fall now and get back up.
Agreed. Coach Nicotine?
Yeah, so specifically, Coach Big Daddy, your defense, despite the final result, really maybe not stopping completions, but stopping a lot of passing. I'm sorry, stopping a lot of scoring potential out of this Space Force offense. So you held them to 3. They go up that 3 points. Y'all get the ball back, and y'all are looking at 4th and 11. Going back, would you maybe retroactively want to punt there because you're believing in your defense that's continually held them to 3? Or do you believe the best foot forward was go for it on 4th down?
looking back on it, I believe the best route to go was to punt the ball. However, in the moment, we wanted to keep going because we were still moving the ball very well, and my defense was extremely tired. We did not want to give a explosive offense and smart coordinator the ball inside our red zone, and we wanted to at least risk giving our defense a break. So we can say whatever we want now. However, I still would stand by that decision looking back on it.
Yeah, and I do appreciate standing with your team there. And then Coach Beaver, so your offense really lighting it up in UConn style in the first half, especially the first drive. Y'all probably have the highest percentage of converting touchdowns on the first drive. What do you think you can take from that first drive and apply it to the rest of the game to keep the heat on?
I mean, there's things we strayed away from that worked. That's on me. I wanted to try out more things, and respect to Space Force, I thought that we could get away with trying out more things against them, and that it obviously wasn't the case. reality of the situation is we thought is that I should have, stayed with what worked, scored with what worked, and then that's when we're gonna try things out more, seeing what we liked more in an in-game situation. But at the end of the day, it was my play calling that got us in this situation. If I'm not gonna give Liam's guys a rest, Big Daddy or DC, guys some rest. If I'm gonna have 3-and-outs, if I'm gonna have drives where I don't call plays according to the alignment like I should and like I always want to, then yeah, it's gonna put the other team in situations to where they can dominate and to where Liam doesn't have the has to either put second string guys in or he has to have guys out there that are gassed and he can't call the right defense because of that. So it all comes down to me not calling the right plays, not putting us in the best situation, and honestly just not being efficient with their play calls. Like if I'm gonna come out some drives and just run it 3 times and pass it 3 times, there's a difference between keeping it honest and just trying out what works. And yeah,
Yeah, I can definitely respect that. And lastly, on to next week. You guys definitely have a strong second half of the season loading up for you guys. Thanks for coming out.
See it.
Thank
Appreciate it,
you.
boys.
Hi, Coach
Well.
Monster.
All right, Coach Nicotine. Final thoughts on tonight's game here.
I mean, anytime we're in the booth together, it seems like we really pull the best out of these teams. You get a great final ending here. I look for Space Force to potentially leverage this into another win next week. UConn potentially bounce back second half of the season here.
Yeah, and a tough loss for UConn, but 1-1, right? And really, just keep looking at each game as another opportunity to keep putting 1-0 up there, and they'll be fine. But I was gonna say this before the game. They were at like 33% conversion on third down going into the game, and they had like 13% conversion tonight. So gotta figure out how to sustain drives, right, and how to put points up there, and they'll be where they want to be.
Definitely, and I appreciate everyone who came out and watched. Make sure to subscribe, like the video.
And subscribe, and for me that another wonderful Monday Night Football in the books with the RFL. If you do not know how to join us, the information is in the description of this video. And I am Monarch Terp for Coach Nicotine. I think we're out here, boys. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Love you.